Knowledge is dangerous.
If you have passed middle school, or at least have some knowledge which the government allowed you to consume, you might know about the Industrial Revolution. So, think about this. You are a very, very big businessman in the late 1800s and you need workers. What do? Most of the people are leading simple lives. They are farmers or artists or anything, and their children are homeschooled or go to church. They grow up to be farmers, artists, religious men, or anything but the workers you need. So, what do? This is the same situation John D. Rockefeller faced in his time. He knew that his business was in watches if he had no workers, obviously. So, what did he do? He created a genius plan by which he could create workers out of nothing. Literally, he created a modern day education system. He did something the devil failed to do with all his might. So, as you clicked on this video, you might already know that I'm exposing the education system, but not like the other YouTubers who just put out points for why they do not like it. I am grabbing it from the core. I'm holding it to its throat. Yeah, I'm giving you genuine points, reasons, and validation for why this education system was not to teach us, but to destroy us. This is a two-part series, and in this part, I will tell you how education system is the synonym of manipulation. And in the second part, I will give you the ways to escape it. You will be amazed at what you became after the second part. And for the ones who do not have 20 to 30 minutes of their life to spend for the betterment of them, I do not know what to say to them. They'll waste their times on scrolling on TikTok or whatever, and they do not have 20 to 30 minutes of their lives to just better themselves. I do not know what to say to them. So, as I was saying, he, although devil, had to act like an angel. He had to win the public. So, he promised them free education for the payment of seemingly nothing for at least the public. And he won the public with that. Everyone was sending their children to his hand for 6 to 8 hours a day. But there was a problem. He needed a curriculum to make the easily moldable children to be his obedient, mindless workers. He created the American public school system. This was a genius plan. Teach them too much and they will think for themselves, and teach them too little and they cannot do crap at his factory. He needed them to be taught just enough, just enough. And that is why he created the American public school system. This curriculum helped him to create his mindless, obedient workers. The parents handed him their children for 6 to 8 hours a day for the most changeable moments of their lives. He taught the children whatever he needed for them to become his future obedient, mindless workers. Just imagine you have a million people who come to you every day for 6 to 8 hours of their day for the most changeable time of their lives, and you can control not only what they learn but also what they do, when they do, how they do, every single thing from actions to learning. If you can control anything and everything that they do for 6 to 8 hours of the day, what can you not do? But Rockefeller couldn't do this alone. He needed some investments, and he definitely got his investments. Do you know who his investors were? They were all pharma owners or oil company owners or the fast food chain owners. Yeah, they were all people who needed workers just like him. They weren't here to teach you to become an intelligent person. They needed to teach you so that you could become their workers, mindless, obedient workers. Maybe the Rockefeller himself said it the best.
I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers.
Rockefeller may have been the mastermind behind USA's education system, but it was not first thought of by him, nor was it first implemented by the US of A. It was actually Prussia.
Wrong map.
Prussia is like the modern day Germany, and just as fierce as they always were. Prussia once took over the modern day Poland, and they were on top of it. The Polish people were helpless. They were defeated in the battle. And now Prussia had control over Poland. But there was one thing missing, and that was the control. Think about it like this. If I give you unlimited apples, but they're all rotten, or you cannot use them, will they be useful to you? Obviously not. They will be a useless piece of thing. Just like that, Prussia might have took over Poland, but they did not have the control. So they thought of a great plan. The Polish people are proud of their identity. They would not change themselves for the sake of the world. No matter what you would do to them, they'll always believe that they're Polish and they'll do as they want, not how the Prussia wanted. And that was the problem Prussia was facing. So what did they do? They targeted the children of the Polish people. They made free public schools. All the children were being sent there. The Polish people were willingly stepping into a trap and had no clue at the same time. The Polish children were taught to respect authority and accept mediocrity. After the most important years of their life has been ended, they knew no other reality than accepting themselves as Prussian people. That's what the Prussian model of education could do. Maybe Prussian poet Johann Gottlieb said it the best.
Education should aim at destroying free will, so that after pupils are thus schooled, they will be incapable throughout the rest of their lives of thinking or acting otherwise than as their schoolmasters would have wished. After the technique has been perfected, every government which has been in charge education for more than one generation will be able to control its subjects without the need of police or.
This is just a proof of my words that you cannot deny. This is complete reality and honesty. With evidence like this, you must understand the second part will be important. I will give you a full guide to winning in this system, because if you try to escape it, you will be eliminated. But how are you going to get eliminated? Well, give me a minute and you will understand this completely. Well, remember John D. Rockefeller? I've been saying his name as an example because most of you might know him. But he wasn't the first one to find this method. The first one to find this method in America was Horace Mann. He was an influential American politician and he traveled around the world to find the best education system that would be the most fit for the US of A. And he was the first one who introduced this Prussian education model. Then they made the well-known tax-funded public school system in America, which stands to this day. And this began by the 1800s. And by the early 1900s, they made it mandatory to send your kids to school or you will be sent to prison. Yeah, and this law stands to this day. Even in some states now, if you miss randomly 40 days of school, you or your parents will be sent to jail. I'm not kidding, you can look it up. If you just miss about 40 random days, not even like consecutive days, if you just miss them randomly, you or your parents could be sent to jail for a couple of weeks. Yeah, that is how they eliminate you. By the way, I'm talking about America because most of you will understand it this way. But when I'm talking about America, I'm actually talking about every single country on earth because this education system now has become worldwide. Almost every single country on earth has this Prussian model nowadays? And this is where Rockefeller came in. Rockefeller needed workers, just like his investors. But just educating to high school wasn't enough anymore. So now they first added a curriculum to it. Then they added college. Yeah, that was the second filter. And before this, they were just planning to make you dumb so that you will be a mindless, obedient worker who will work for them 9 to 5. On average, it costs about 90 to 110K to finish college in the US of A. Now you all know that taking the first step in anything is hard, right? And educating you was the first step for the US of A. And then everything became easy for them. Think about it. You will obviously study at least elementary school, and after that, you will have to finish high school. And after that, the social pressure and your parents' pressure will force you to join college. And now, boom, you're 20K in debt. You finish college, and now you have to buy a home. You have to make a family. And to buy a home, you go in debt again. This was a plan too good. If you're currently trying to finish high school and miss many days, you'll be thrown to jail. And if you do not go to college and try to be rebellious, the society will humiliate you. It seems like there's no way to escape, right? Well, there is a way. But first, take a look at this. Back in the day, in the ancient times, when this Prussian model wasn't here to educate people, to make people learn, how did people learn? They learned they learned completely different from us. They learned freely. They had individual thoughts and questions. They learned far better than us and were very intelligent. Like, could you even begin to think that a person can be dead and alive at the same time? If they did, why can't you? Because they don't need you to think like that. They want workers, not thinkers. Remember? But brother and sister, listen to me. I do not blame you for this. For the past 3 to 4 generations, depending on where you live, your family has been doing the same thing. They know no other reality than doing this. And that is what will happen to you. And I do not want that to happen to you. I'm not telling you to make a business or buy any course. No, I'm not here to do any of that. All I really want is your bright future. So listen to me and press on that notification bell so you will instantaneously get the notification when I drop my second part. I will not sell you any course, nor will I tell you to make a business. I'll only teach you the ways. So get that notification bell on right now.